What is going on, you glorious savages? All right, today, as the title would suggest, I am going to talk to you about how you are not normal, okay? And that's okay. It's a good thing. We're going to get into it. Before that, though, do me a solid, or after, whatever, man. Just do me a solid. Head over to traviscrutcher.com. That is where you can find out more about me. You can find out more about my services, what I do. You can find out more about this podcast, my other podcasts. You can find out about coaching. You can find out speaking, one-on-one coaching. Speaking can be anything from workshops, keynote engagements, whatever you've got. I can do it with or without curse words. I'm multi-talented like that. So please do me a solid. Head over there. Anyway, I'm going to now shut up so I can thereby talk some more.
Welcome to Not Sorry with Travis Crutcher, the show where Travis will say some things that might trigger you, offend you, make you laugh, or even motivate you. So, if you're not easily offended, stick around and enjoy. On the other hand, if you are easily offended, listen anyway. Then go tell everyone how triggered you were. Either way, you can be certain of one thing. Travis is not sorry.
All right, here we go. So the genesis for this show, I'll tell you a little backstory real quick. Sometimes my shows need a little research. Sometimes I need to be able to qualify and quantify what the hell I'm talking about. This isn't one of those because I've lived it, and I promise you have too. But the conversation I was having a couple weeks ago was with a friend of mine who I served with, right? We deployed together, and he's coming up at the end of his term of service, right? He's getting ready to retire, and he asked me, hey, dude, how long after you retired before you were normal again, right? And I put that in air quotes. If you're watching this, you see them. If not, I'm putting air quotes around the word normal there because, first of all, that's a construct. That's a made up, thing anyway. But the reality is, I told him never. You're not normal anymore. At least not normal under the social norms, that are pre-established on the planet for us. You're changed, right? You're changed because of what you went through. And so I told him, you're never going to be, quote, normal again, bro. You're always going to be changed. You're always going to be different. You're always going to look at situations differently. You're always going to react a little bit differently, right? And it's not something to be upset about. This isn't something that's supposed to drag you down and go, oh, fuck, I'll never be normal again. That's a good thing. The reality is everyone's not normal. No one's normal, okay? The truth of it is, this is your superpower. So often we look at how we look at the world and how other people look at the world as something that holds us back because, if they could just fucking see it my way, right? Well, it's probably good that not everyone sees things my way. I can promise you there's been times where I had some crazy thoughts, some bad ideas, and people saw it another way and they were able to help me out, right? So that's one thing. You don't want everyone to see it your way, but being able to see it through your lens, through your life experience lens is a powerful tool, right? And so I was telling him, coming up on retirement from the military, you kind of get caught in this notion of I'm only qualified for X, Y, or Z, right? We used to jokingly say it in the infantry all the time, you're qualified to be a security guard, a cop, or a mercenary. That's the qualifications. That's the skill set you walk in the door with. But it's a joke, and it's not true, right? These cats are good at in any industry, right? And they're great entrepreneurs, all this stuff, right? And so as I having that conversation with them, and I was talking to Jess afterwards, well, shit, that's everybody, man. Nobody's normal, right? We're all influenced and skewed and fucked up a little bit by what happened to us in our life. And that's okay. It's a good thing, right? It's a good thing to not be, quote, normal. Because if you're, quote, normal, you're not challenging anything. You're not pushing the envelope at all. You're staying stagnant because you're doing it the way it's always been done. Don't even get me started on that saying. If there's a saying that will piss me off faster than anything when I ask an organization or a team or an individual, why the fuck are you doing it this way? It's not working. And I get, that's the way we've always done it. Fuck, man. Instant rage, because that's the dumbest reason to continue doing something that's not working, just because you've always done it, right? So being not normal, right, puts you in these situations and you immediately see ways to innovate. You start ideating immediately, seeing things that you can change, make better, improve upon. That is a result of not being, quote, normal. Okay, and what happens... And I see it a lot in the veteran community, so that's kind of the lens I'm looking at this through, but I see it in everybody. But what happens is we, instead of embracing it as a good thing, right, we see this being not normal as a bad thing, and we let it preclude us from stepping forward, from raising our hand, from saying something when we see something fucked up or something that we want to improve upon, right? We think, oh, well, I'm not normal, so maybe I'm just seeing it that way. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. How many atrocities over the course of human history have finally been put to an end because someone looked at it in a way that wasn't, quote, normal or wasn't maybe accepted at the time. And so that's what I want to get across today. Like, this notion of normal is a relative term at best, okay? Now, don't get me wrong. Like, if you know me, you know what I believe about certain things, right? Certain things are just right or wrong, okay? I'm not gonna bullshit you. Some things are fucking wrong. But when it comes to this feeling that we get of normal, right? And now all of a sudden it leads us to try and change. That's where it becomes a huge problem, okay? Because normal doesn't necessarily apply to you in your life experience. What they consider normal isn't yours. Like, for example, most people don't think what we did in the military, and I say we, I mean the guys I served with and myself, what we did on a daily basis is far from fucking normal, okay? What we did on patrols and during a normal day deployed is not normal. But for us, it was very normal. It was regular. It was something we did every day. It's a good thing. It's a good thing to have life experience outside the norms and then bring that skill set back. When you decide you've got to change to reassimilate, that's where the problem happens, okay? Couple reasons. One, it's disingenuous. And so what that means for you then is it's going to be work. You're going to have to stress and catastrophize and work to be, quote, normal again. And the other problem is it's not sustainable, right? It's going to catch up with you. It's going to cause overwhelm. You're going to freak out about every situation you've got to walk into because it's got to be with this new bullshit normal persona. And then the last thing it does is it precludes any actual connections, okay? No one's really getting to know you. And that's a problem because you're entering into every relationship, good, bad, or indifferent, under false pretenses. And so I encourage you to go, I'm fucking not normal. Look, here I am, Travis, saying I'm not fucking normal, all right? Neither are you. Neither is the person sitting next to you in the car or across the diner from you, wherever you are right now. No one's fucking normal anymore. And if we are, I would love to see whose litmus test we're using to qualify this. You don't have to be normal. You have to be involved. You have to be authentic. You have to show the fuck up. That's how things get better. That's how you affect change. And that's how you live this crazy existence post whatever experience, right? Like it or not, your life experience is going to change the lens you see the world through, 100%. It's going to change how you interact with humans. It's going to change how you interact in different situations, different settings. Look, I'll tell you, this guy right here, not great at crowded areas, right? And I've gotten better at it. It's something that I've gotten good at again. But I can tell you after my deployment time, like, it took a while to be able to be around large groups again because I didn't trust it, right? It's okay. So the thing is, I didn't drop, I'm going to be real, I didn't drop the mistrust of large groups. I just became aware of where the groups were, right? And so it doesn't mean that you're not still aware, you're not still prepared, you're not still all the things that kept you alive in those moments that made you not normal, but you learn how to control it and use it as a superpower rather than the thing that slows you down. So the next time you're looking at a situation, a setting, whatever it is, a communication you've got to have, and you're like, I'm just not convinced that I'm going to be able to pull this off because I'm not normal, neither's the fucking person you're going to talk to, okay? So don't let that stop you. Don't let this notion of having to be normal and fitting in be the thing that fucks you up, okay? Because it will. It will. And the biggest way it fucks you up is you start to change, and then all that experience, all that life experience, that new lens that you see things through is wasted. So don't waste your experience. Don't waste that way you see things by trying to be, quote, normal again. Cool? That's it. Hope you guys dug it. Hope you took something away from it. If you think it's great, please share it with somebody else, and I will talk to you next time. Later.